Hello and welcome to Melnik, in the southern slopes of the Pyrenean Mountains range. The first settlers in the area were a Thracian tribe called Medi, and you know one famous Medi at least, Spartacus. Melnik association with wine goes a long way back. There is archaeological evidence that winemaking started with the Thracians and continued as Roman veterans and Greeks settled in the area, and later with the Slavs that moved into the region. The Slavs named the village Melnik because of the surrounding sand pyramids. The name comes from the Slavic word mel, which means white clay, chalk. The town is surrounded by these rock formations. The pyramids are made of sedimentary rocks. The sediments were deposited around 5 to 3 million years ago when the valley was a lake. The sandstone is easily penetrated by raindrops or washed away by the rivers, especially during the snow melting period in Pyrenees. On the other hand, the clays in the uppermost sections harden as a result of multiple wetting and sunburning and form a 1 to 2 centimeters thick layer that delays the washout. A layer of the fine sand generated by the erosion of the pyramids covers most of the streets, and it softens the feel of the hard cobbles under your feet. It makes walking around the town feel like taking a gentle stroll on a beach. In 1215, Melnik became the capital of the Rhodope Principality, ruled by Alexius Slav. He was a nephew of the Asen brothers, who started the Second Bulgarian Empire, whose capital was Veliko Tarnovo. But when the crown of the empire went to Boril, Alexius didn't like it much and decided to set up his own kingdom. In the 14th century, Melnik was included in the possessions of the proto-Zevast Krelio, who, you may remember, died in his tower inside the Rila monastery at the hands of assassins in 1342, courtesy of the Serbian ruler Stefan Dušan, according to local historians. Melnik remains in the hands of Stefan Dušan until his death. He died while mounting a crusade against the Turks in 1355, and in the power vacuum that followed, the Serbian Empire begins to crumble, and in 1395 Melnik falls under the Ottoman Empire and remains within the Ottoman Empire until 1912. Kodopulova House was built in 1754 and belonged to the Kodopulov family, who were a rich family of winemakers and traders. Oh, even during the summer, I mean, it's a bit cooler here than in the rain and snowing. Quite warm. Yeah. In the 18th century, Melnik grows into a thriving town with a large market, trading in tobacco products and wines with the rest of Europe. Apparently, the wine from Melnik was a particular favourite of British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. The local wine is called Shiroka Melnishka Loza, or broadleaf Melnik. The wines from these grapes are ruby red, with aromas of ripe cherry, pepper and spice, complemented by delicate hints of blackberries, leather and spicy tones of vanilla and tobacco. The taste is soft, rounded and full flavour, with a spicy and fruity aftertaste, I am told. But as I'm a bit stingy, I just bought a cheap bottle of Merlot to take home, and it was rather pleasant. During the Balkan Wars 1912 to 1913, the town was ravaged by fires and lost most of its population either to fighting or as a result of the peace treaty of Bucharest, with a large part of the population having to move out. For lunch, I decided to try shkembe choba, or tripe soup. I am playing with my food to give you an idea of the consistency. The recipe on the screen comes from gotvacha.bg. The soup tasted creamy but light and clean and quite aromatic thanks to the paprika, although I think that here they cut the yogurt with some water to make it a bit lighter. Yeah. At the foot of the town there is a small park where I came across this statue. Jan Sandanski was born on the 18th of May 1872 and died on the 22nd of April 1915. He was part of the Bulgarian Liberation Movement, Bulgarian and Macedonian revolutionary organizations, and that's where the agreement among historians ends. For some, he was a hero and a patriot. For others, a traitor and an assassin, a businessman and a thief, a benevolent donor and protector. For others, a kidnapper. At different times, he was all of those things and much more. He lived at a time when war and revolution were sweeping through the Balkans. It was a hard and bloody time, and Jan Sandanski was a product of those times. He was intelligent, strong, courageous, and sometimes ruthless. And he met his end at the hands of his political opponents near the village of Pirin. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, that would be great. I publish this type of videos in English on Tuesdays, Italian on Wednesdays, and in Bulgarian on Thursdays. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.